All right, guys, we're live. I know I didn't post this, announce it. I know I'm late by my standards, I guess. Usually I start these things at 9 o'clock, but I wasn't sure I was even going to get to a live stream tonight. So I decided at the last minute to do this. Hopefully you guys will jump in here in a couple minutes. There are 0 people. So right now, if you're watching this back, I'm talking to myself at the moment. It may take a little bit of time, but we'll just dawdle, I guess, until the people start filing in. I guess I have a few things to say. We'll see what happens. I'm going to look around while I'm waiting. See what's happening in the YouTube world. All right, we got 2 people here already. Make sure you let me know who you are so I can begin addressing you. Yeah. This in here? Okay. All right. All right. So we're back to 0. I had 2, now we're back to 0. That's okay. It's the way it goes. Drinking a nice cold Coca-Cola, and this one says friend on it. I didn't deliberately pick that out, just at random. No, I have not looked at them yet. No, I have not yet. Let me look at them on a different screen, though. I'm gonna take a look at it right now, since there's really hardly anybody else in here, and I have time. Let me see. Darn man. Well, it comes up real quick. Okay, so I have it saved on a screen now, so I'm not likely to forget. Yeah, you actually told me last time you just don't like calling him by that name, Harmon videos. But I do have him pulled up now, and I'm looking at his. Let me go to his actual channel. Toxic boyfriend pressures girl to quit school. Troubled teens trying to get teacher. Troubled teens say bye. So what age bracket do you think that his videos are aimed at? I'm asking because I've never seen him before, and I really have no idea. I'm just kind of trying to get an idea. But I keep seeing the word teen show up in the titles. I don't know if that's who he's. It looks like it's mostly like it doesn't look like it's mostly teenagers he's addressing here. So I'm curious, are you a teenager? Just out of curiosity. I mean, it's all right if you are. I'm just curious. Um, yes, I was waiting for somebody to say something about that. Yes, Jason. Well, the beard's not gone. Depends on what you call a beard. I do still have some of a beard. I'll tell you how this happened here in a minute. This was actually an accident. This was not intended. I did not. This was not my plan. But it's what happened. He probably did something about alopecia. No. Baker's in here. Hello, Baker. So he's saying no. He's out of my age demographic. Okay. I'll watch some of his now that I've got it pulled up here on the screen on a different thing. I'm not likely to forget it, but it's escaped me since every time we get off of a live stream, I don't remember it after that. Jason says been watching on and off for a few years. Yeah, well, I'll tell you. Here's what happened. So I was cross training in a different department at my job, and I work for the city. Okay, I work for the utilities division. And so oh well, thanks, Jason. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I work for utilities division, but I was training cross training in a different department, and I wanted to my beard. I like the length that my beard was at, but I wanted to clean it up. And so my intention was just to take off, the outlying hairs, do some fading in, go under, just the general cleanup. Well, I was using my I was using my Brio beard trimmer, and I put on because I was going underneath the neck. I was trying to get some of the areas under here and up here with a 6 millimeter guard. Okay, 6 millimeter guard. But these are double-sided guards. So one side is 6 millimeters, the other side is 3 millimeters. Don't know if I'm holding that right. Anyway, I thought I attached the 6 millimeter, and I did not put my reading glasses on at that moment. I had been putting them on during the beard trim, but I did not have them on at the moment. And I started trimming away, like, and up here, look, and I realized, wait a minute, that's taking off way too much. And it was like, I couldn't, it was so much of a difference. I lost interest in trying to make it blend in. And I said, you know what? I don't, I don't, I don't squabble over things like this. I said, you know what? I'll just take the whole thing down. I thought I was going 6 millimeter, and it just came off this short. And I was like, wow. I said, you know what? We'll just do the whole thing. We'll just do the whole thing. And so that's what I've done. And what I did was, instead of shaving my head, I removed the guard from the Brio trimmer, and I just used this on top of my head, just all over. I didn't even use the electric head shaver. And so yeah, so now I have, stubble on top and on my face, and I'm kind of liking it right now. Yeah. So perhaps you can react to it. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I will. Maybe that's what I'll do. I wonder if I can do that without being demonetized. I can check it out and see. I can test it. I can test it, without it being broadcast publicly. How dangerous is Interstate 4? Well, I know that at one time Interstate I-4 was considered the most dangerous interstate in the United States. I don't know if it still is. I don't really know. Let me take a look here and see. What can we find out about that? Okay, let me do that. Okay, let me do it this way. Is I-4 the most dangerous interstate in the world? I meant to say the United States, but okay. It says the same, this is Google now. It says the same studies show that Interstate 4 is the deadliest highway across the board. Not only is it the most dangerous in Florida, but statistically it is the deadliest in the entire country. On average, 34 fatal crashes happen on its 132-mile stretch annually. So yes, I-4 is dangerous. I don't like getting on. I do drive it. I just don't like it because whether you're going to Tampa or Orlando on a daily basis, you will be in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Now, personally, going through Atlanta, I thought was worse. I thought Atlanta traffic was way worse. I can't imagine that being any less dangerous. I don't know what the interstate is up there. I can't remember. Was it like I-85? Let me take a look at that. I can find out real quick here. Maybe I can't. Hold on. I don't recall what that interstate is. Oh, I'm still in Florida here on the maps. I need to get out of Florida. Is it I-75? Wait a minute. Maybe it's 75, 285. Maybe it's 285. I don't remember. I don't remember which one it is. But I thought Atlanta traffic was horrid. And so, yeah. I don't like it at all. But yeah, I-4, man, sucks. Don't forget to watch The Blues Brother 1980. Yeah, there are so many classic movies I have not seen, and I hate that because I'm missing out on a lot of good conversations. The classic movie, these cult classics. I don't know if they call them cult classics, but these movies that seems like everybody knows are constantly referred to. Oh, Bork is here. Good to see you, Bork. Thanks for jumping in, man. Good to see you. I really like that name, Bork. Um, how do I handle the hurricanes? Well, as best as I can. The truth is, let me angle this just a little bit different. The truth is, there's really not much you can do about hurricanes, but hunker down. Make sure you have plenty of water. See, I work for a utility company, so I have to, and it's for the city. I have to be here. I absolutely have to be here because we're first responders. And so we are immediately after the hurricanes is done, we go out and we get tons of overtime. We get paid good, but while the pay is good and I like it, you just hope that you don't get damage to your home that just sucks up all the money that you made. Of course, you'll be glad you had it if you have to spend it. But my house is fairly new. We don't have trees around our home, so I don't have to worry about that. I don't want to buy a fence. We all the vinyl fencing that you see, the 6 foot tall vinyl fencing that you see in privacy fences that are around everybody's houses, they all come down really easy. And that's the reason I don't want a privacy fence. I don't want those privacy fences. I don't want to have to deal with that all the time. So, but we just wait it out. I tell you what, I've lived through a lot of tornadoes growing up in like Indiana and things like that, and even in Texas, dealt with a lot of tornadoes. And when I was a boy in 1974, the great super tornado outbreak just about decimated Monticello, Indiana, where I lived, and destroyed the whole town. Just destroyed the whole town, and that was bad. But as a whole, tornadoes don't really do as much damage, I think, as hurricanes do. The thing about hurricanes is they come in different levels. It depends on how far you are inland. We're just far enough inland that we're pretty relatively safe. We did get a lot of flooding from Milton, more than we've ever seen before. I didn't personally have to experience it. We're in a good spot. But even inland here in Lakeland, there's a lot of flooding. It was devastating. And but the thing about hurricanes is not all hurricanes are equal. They're not all as impactful. But when they're bad, they're much more devastating than tornadoes because they have like tornadic effect, but on a much broader level. So you just, when the power goes out and it's roaring outside, all you can do is hold on for hours, and hope that you're going to be okay, and hope that you get your power back on within a week. Some people have to wait longer than that. I mean, it's just the way it is. So yeah, yeah, that's my thing. And the thing is, we are in hurricane season right now. And I'll tell you what, if you want a good book on seeing what hurricanes will do, I'm looking for it right now. I have it here somewhere. Um, there's a book called Isaac Storm, and I've read it twice. And Isaac Storm is written by Eric Larson. I think it was his first book, and it's about the hurricane that hit Galveston, Texas, back in 1900, and how they didn't think during that time. Of course, technology wasn't what it is now. They didn't think that a hurricane could actually land there, so they weren't prepared. They refused to prepare for it, and it obliterated Galveston. Such a good book. So I don't know if I have a link for that in the description, but I'll try to add it if I can remember it. If you guys, if I don't do that and you're interested in the book, let me know, and I will add it. But yeah, that's my answer to how do I handle hurricanes. They handle us. So Bork says, just wait until you drive on the 401. Very hectic. Where is that at? Is that an interstate or highway? Hmm. I'm trying to look it up. Give me a second here. With the 401 highway. Let's see where that's at. Oh, is that in Canada? If Yeah, maybe that's in Canada. I don't know. So yeah, fill me in, Bort. Hmm. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I can see. That's what Google gave me on Google Maps is Highway 401. Oh, so it's pretty bad, huh? So Park also says how often do Florida homes have basements? It is rare. It is really rare. The only I've only seen basements in a couple homes down here. Honestly, it's so rare. Um, we are at sea level basically here, and I don't know if that's part of the reason, but you just don't see. I mean, I'm not saying they're non-existent, but they're just not. You just don't run across them. It's very rare. Maybe in some bigger establishments, like commercial establishments, you might. I have seen a few homes that have basements, but it's just they are far and few between. Joe Dirty, it's 4th of July traditions. Oh, today was also Saint. Is that Saint Jean Baptiste Day? Tell me about that because I don't know anything about that. Don't know anything about that. It's like John the Baptist. Oh, so Bork, are you referring? Okay, are you referring to my question? So it's in Colorado. Here, let me go back and Google that. Um, Man, I'll tell you what. Okay, trying to get to Google here. So Colorado. Okay, I don't know. I don't know where it's at. The 401, North America's busiest. Is it North America's busiest highway? Well, maybe your response wasn't to me. Maybe when you said Colorado, it wasn't for me. But this is why Ontario 401 in Toronto is the busiest highway. Wow. Okay. Well. Oh yeah, July 4th is coming up, guys. What are your plans? What are your plans for July 4th? I do love fireworks. Apparently the busiest highway. Yeah. Okay. See, that's the first time I've heard of it. I've never heard of the 401 before. That's interesting that you brought it up, though. But apparently it's not as dangerous as I-4. Where specifically northern Florida? I'm not sure what you're referring to. I might have already forgotten what I've said or something. Yeah, that's okay. So that's kind of what I thought too. The water table is super low in Florida. It is. We're like at sea level, so it's just yeah. I mean, at least in Lakeland, so much of what they build on used to be swamp and cow pasture. It's all wet. I mean, there are these developments they build that you can go there any given day and you walk through people's yards and you're just walking through sopping wet yards because it used to be a cow pasture. And I don't know, like it can be dry, but as soon as someone spills a cup of coffee or a cup of water, the yard is flooded out. And it's just ridiculous. And that's one of the problems they had when Hurricane Milton blew through and flooded so much. There are new developments that were underwater like right away. And that's never happened before, but it shouldn't happen at all. And it makes me really wonder about the engineering um, involved. I don't really know. because I can't really judge, but that's what I suspect. Look up CTV News Montreal Saint Jean Baptiste Day. Okay, okay, yeah, I will. That's pretty cool. Yeah, look it up right now. CTV News. Well, I'll get it started. I might look at it later. I might even put it up on here. I don't know. I mean, we don't have that many people right now. We may not get that many people in here. If we don't, maybe I'll play something from there. Let me while we're on here, since we're just kind of dawdling, let me put let me run a video on here of a night walk I did in Atlanta, Georgia, and that'll give us something to look at while we're talking. And let me do this right here.
All right, guys. Tonight I'm in Atlanta, Georgia.
This is like
I'm taking a little bit of time to do a night walk tour.
So this is
I
like
hope you guys will enjoy it.
Years ago.
I'm starting off at the state capitol building, and I'm going to walk around for a while. I'm not from here, so I don't really know exactly where I'm going. I hope I have enough in this, enough battery life to complete the whole entire walk tour.
This is just my introduction.
So bear with me. Let me know if you like this video. Let's
anyway,
get started.
So Canada has different political system, parliamentary, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay, Bork, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, Northern Florida, yeah. You know, I was going to say that earlier, too, that if you went to Northern Florida, you might be more likely to see basements. And maybe, yeah, probably North Florida. I was going to say maybe Miami, if wealthy people might have built some, added on. I don't know. Just asking me your thoughts on the Canadians canceling visits to Florida. Good. Good. If they're doing it as a form of retaliation, good. Go right ahead. Because you know what? We got too many people down here anyway. Way too many people. And the thing is, I really like most of the Canadians. I very rarely meet a Canadian I don't like. They are some of the friendliest people in the world. But if their decision about canceling visits to Florida are politically motivated, then so be it. I really don't care. Oh, man. So Paul is here. Good to see you, Paul. Good to see you here tonight. Are you interested in the new seasonal scent from Bearded? Zeus Juice, Lemon, Lime, Bergamot comes out this Friday. I didn't even know. Now, I should know. I get a lot of emails, I get a lot of text messages from the Bearded. You don't open that most of them. I don't open it most of them. And Paul, if you're wondering, if you're looking at my face and wondering where my beard is, I was telling you guys that this is actually an accident. I was trimming, I made a mistake, I said, screw it. We're just going to go all the way down. We're just going to take it all the way, not all the way down. This is a 3mm. And that's not what my intentions were. I put on the wrong guard. And I said, you know what? I'm not, my identity is not tied to my beard. Or the other way around, my beard is not tied to my identity. I'll just enjoy this for a little bit. And we'll see. So I am... well, I'll probably still wear some beard oil. It's beneficial.
We knew that the shaving industry
what you have to do is a
sort of
segment
intentionally broken, it feels like. It almost feels like product is
not
made to not win. You've got your safety razors with a lot of blade exposure, and you've got your cartridge razors. They're almost designed to fail. Even after you use them.
Yeah, so I have thought about that, Borg. I really have thought about that. Okay, so it would be easy to do that on Instagram without being demonetized. I've put up videos from YouTube on here before and had no problems. They were like news clips. I had a live stream I did where I used, kind of like you see here, picture-in-picture, with somebody else's YouTube channel, and that video, that live stream got demonetized. So, I don't know what to, don't know the parameters. I don't know how you know that it's going to be demonetized or not ahead of time. That's the key. And the thing is, a lot of content creators do it, but I don't know how they're getting around some of it. I would actually love to do reaction videos. I think it'd be fun, especially if you don't know what's around the corner. But this night that I was here in Atlanta was cold. I can't remember if I posted the temperature at the beginning of the video or not. And the area that I started in was a little rough. There wasn't hardly anybody. As you can see, there's hardly any people. The people that were down there were kind of homeless at the beginning of the video, and they're very vocal. I wasn't worried. I wasn't concerned about my safety, but they were there. And I was more concerned about the safety of my car. It was a rental car I had at the time, and so I don't know. I wasn't familiar with Atlanta at all when I was down there. I just parked and drove around, and just was the best. Couldn't do really. So, where was I going to go with this? Oh, I know. I have this Friday off, and then I have the following 2 weeks off at work. My goal is to go out and get a bunch of videos made with my 360 camera. I love using that thing. I love getting creative with it, and just, putting up new content. Schedule around the 360 camera, and then I want to try to promote it. I want to really promote it and see what happens. Hey, Eric, good to see you, man. Good to see you. I was thinking about you. You and I haven't talked. I don't know. What is it? Has it been over a week since we've talked? Good to see you on here. Yeah. What have you been up to, man? Yeah, I have. Eric. I was just telling these guys. You've not heard me. Yeah, I got 2 weeks off of that, and I'll go out and make a bunch of videos with my Insta360 X4 camera, and hopefully get a lot of good footage and do some voiceover work on that. But I might even go back to Georgia. I need to pick up something up there. If I do, maybe I'll make another video in Atlanta. I'd like to go visit Helen, Georgia, and see what that's all about. It's like it's made to look like a small German village, and I'd love to do that. And maybe go to the Bigfoot museum up in Cherry Lawn, Georgia. Okay. Yeah, I just got through eating. You said at first I thought I said eating right now. I have so much editing to do. I need to really knuckle down, and I mean, a lot of my footage is old. It doesn't really make any difference. But I need to really knuckle down and a lot of my footage and do some voiceover work with that stuff, and get something going. But I will tell you, Eric, if you're still here, that if you look at my numbers on my last 3 videos, not my live stream, those promotions that I've been doing on have worked out very well. So I would consider giving that a shot yourself. But tonight I had Chinese food for dinner. I had beef and mushrooms. Very good. Can't eat it all the time though. There's some nights I just don't have much of an appetite. So nothing is really that appetizing. Nothing's that as good as it could be on the night. Yeah, but we had Chinese food. Yeah. Yeah, dude, let me tell you something. I'm going to try it for a while. I'm pleased with the results. I'm going to try it on an even larger scale. By the way, Eric, I was telling the guys I've been cross-trained over energy analysts. So, I saw John Patrick, and I was riding with Kevin Jones the other day. We were all having lunch, and John Patrick had a rider, and I asked her what she used to do. She says, I asked her what she used to do. She said, I used to work for Geico. I said, oh. So I asked her a few questions about it. I said, I have a friend that works for Geico. And she asked if you were. She recognized your name. When I said your name, Kevin Jones goes, what? You know Eric Vandermoss? I said, yeah. He goes, ask him if he knows Kevin Jones. I guess he knows you from school, growing up. For some reason, that video is buffering. But let me go take a look at it. But yeah, he said, ask Eric if he recognizes the name Kevin Jones. I guess he's got his sister. He told me his sister's name too, like he would know her, but I don't recall her name. So, and he definitely knows your brother. I think Jerry's his name, right? I don't know. But, yeah. So, it's like, I think you know everybody, Eric. I think everybody knows you. Yes, that's what he said. That's what he said. That's right. He's a great guy. Kevin's getting ready to retire. Yeah, anybody, whoever gets hired on over there is going to be replacing him because he's retiring in December. I hope it's me. I hope it's me. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like he was more like friends with your brother and knew you. But yeah, interesting. But he was really like surprised that I knew who you were. Yeah, we were eating at Cozy Oaks Restaurant, which I had never eaten at before. Pretty good. It was pretty good. So have any of you guys, there's like 4 of you guys in here now, have any of you guys ever been to Atlanta? Yeah, it sure is. It sure is, man. It's really something else. Like, speaking of a small world, so I've told people this story before. I don't know if you remember, Eric, but at BioLife, where I donate plasma, the technicians they wear their white lab coats, and they have a name, their name pinned on their lab coat with where they're originally from. And this one woman, she's probably 10 years older than me, and she goes, her name tag said her name, and it said Peru, Indiana. I said, hey, I lived in Peru, Indiana as a boy. I lived in Indiana, and she, oh, really? She goes, nobody ever knows where that's at. I go, yeah, we actually lived there. And I said, well, what street did you grow up? What street did you grow up on? Because her family still lives there, and she still goes back and visits. She told me what street she lived on. I go, when I was a boy, she asked me what years I lived there. So this is when I lived. She was, I lived there at the same. I've always lived there, so yes, we would have been there. And I when I asked her what street she was on, I go, I used to deliver papers on that street. Come to find out, as a young boy, like, there's a 99% chance, I start saying that, 99% chance I delivered papers to her home, and she would have been a teenager. Well, she would have been like an older teenager, and I was, just a young boy. But yeah, and it's funny how, like, all these years later, probably 40 years out, here we are again, our paths intersecting, and we never knew each other before. Yet, our lives probably intersected some way back then. It's one of those weird stories. Like, I've never had anything like that happen before, but it was very bizarre. And so every time I see her at BioLife, she's like, hey, like we're friends now. And we don't really talk to each other, but it's funny because now we have that commonality that widens us so much better. In this scene right here, there's a rat that runs across the pavement. I don't know if you can see it because it's sides down. But there is a rat that runs across the pavement over here somewhere. I don't know if it's already happened or not. I have to watch it on the screen. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. It may be. It may be. Oh, so speaking of which, so I told her that my dad had been a pastor of a church there in Peru. And so I brought up her names. I said, hey, do you, I was trying to think of anybody that she might know, that we knew. I said, do you know Buck Hatton? He was our mailman. She goes, yeah, he was our mailman. And he helped get a rat out of their house one time. Thing is, when I was a boy, I remember delivering papers to the house, and I went to put the paper on the porch, and there was a bat splayed out on the screen. I thought it was fake at first. It was very wide. I took it almost full screen. I was like, that's a real bat. And then when she told me that Buck Hatton had come into her house to help them move out, I wonder if that's the same house. I wonder if she lived in that house. Anyway, but she knew who Buck Hatton was, and it was just one of those weird things. So yeah, it does make you wonder, you know. It also makes me wonder how many times that has happened in each and every one of our lives. And we never knew it. Just never had any idea, right? And I would love to find out someday, maybe in the hereafter. Maybe the veil will be lifted back and we can have questions like that answered. How many close brushes did I have with people where our lives intersected and we didn't even know about it? How many close calls did we have with the inevitable, with death, or whatever? Maybe with success. How many close calls did we have that we didn't even know? How close to the precipice were we walking and had no idea? That I would want to know. Would you guys want to know that? Would you guys be curious about it? Would you know, someday, hopefully you go to heaven, someday, would you like to have those questions answered? Because I would. I hope we come into the knowledge of that. I have a feeling, though, that life, eternal life, will be filled with so much splendor that we could probably care less. But from the viewpoint of where I sit right now, I'm dying of curiosity. No pun intended. Yeah. This area right here in Atlanta, this is where you start hearing people, like homeless people, get really hostile, like almost in fights with each other. And you're not going to hear it on here. But yeah, there's a few questionable people down here. Yeah, at the same time, I did not feel like this one right here. You see, yeah, she was questionable. She was threatening to stab somebody. Not just anybody, like a particular person. She just mouthed it off. But I did not feel personally threatened or unsafe. I do eventually in this video make it down there by CNN, by Olympic Park, or I actually go into Olympic Park down there, not far from here. And of course, never having been down at Atlanta, I had no idea of the layout. And I wasn't even sure if I could find my car once I was done. Even though I had an iPhone, I didn't know how to pin my location at that time, and I was just hoping to make my way back. I knew it was close. I knew that I was close to the state capital. Atlanta is a state capital, but I mean, I'm talking about the building, state capital building. So I knew my car's proximity, but even at this point right here, I wasn't sure that I knew exactly where I was at. I had no idea. Let's see what's going on with this stream. Okay, well, it's back. I should probably just leave it one. This is better than last time. Last time I did a live stream, I couldn't even get anything other than my own face. It was really weird. Really weird. But you guys have, I think I might have already asked you before, plans for July 4th. I don't personally like to go where big crowds are. Not that I don't have a feeling one way or the other about big crowds. I don't mind being around a lot of people. I just don't like having to try to navigate my way out of all that or get my way into. Oh, can you hear the video on your end? If you can, I didn't even know it. I'd be curious to know. Let me know, Eric. Can you guys hear the video that I'm showing? Can you hear it on your end? I have it muted. I didn't even think about this before. I have it muted on my side, so I thought that when it gets broadcast, it would be muted to everybody else. Interesting. Oh yeah, I do remember this guy saying something to me. Yeah, he was trying to be a little bit confrontational, but I think I just couldn't be bored with him. I can't remember if I responded to him or not. I didn't realize you guys could hear this. Oh, man. Okay, so is it too loud on your end? Does it compete with the audio from my talking head portion? Because this is new to me. I had no idea. I'm just wondering like how I would hear this myself without it interfering. Huh. Yeah, maybe I'll try to turn it up on my end. I just don't know if it would interfere. Good to that. I'll try to turn it just a little bit. Let's see. I guess it's a good thing I wasn't talking through the whole thing. A little loud? Okay. Okay, tell me if this makes a difference. I'm going to go back and try to turn it down on my end. Let me see. Okay, did it get any quieter? I did turn it down about halfway from what it was. So this is... Yeah, okay. I'm glad you guys are letting me know, because I had no idea. Is it quieter than it was before? Because I'm trying to figure out where the control for the volume is at. Like, okay, yes, it's better. Okay, so that... Okay, so that's good to know. Let me know if it should be a little bit louder. Oh, you can hear me better now. Oh, man. Okay. All right. That's good to know. Oh, man, I'm so glad I found this out. All right. So was it hard to hear me before? That's what I'm curious about. Okay, good deal. Were you guys missing any of the things I was talking about because this Atlanta video is too loud? I hope not. Well, I learned something new. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guys, but I'm really glad I found this out. Really glad I found that out. If you hadn't said anything, Eric, I would have never known. And if I need to turn it down some more, I will. Just say the word. It's taken me longer to learn a lot of this stuff than I thought it would. You can hear the train now. I love making these videos, though, like this. I just absolutely love making them. And then, you know, because I get to, you know, I do it so other people can see them, but I get to relive it all over again, over and over again. It's just, I get a real big kick out of it. It's something I can enjoy for years and years to come. It's worth, to me, it's worth having a YouTube channel just for that. Is to create like a scrapbook of memories, if nothing else, and put your own videos up there and stuff like that. But I don't know if this video got a lot of views or not. I'm gonna see how many views it got overall. Let me see. Oh, no, it did. It's got like 9,500 views. I had no idea. I had no idea this video had that many views. I also, like the next day, I made a walking video in Piedmont Park in Atlanta, and that one only has 759 views. I don't know why. It's just crazy. You would think that, you know, if they saw one, they'd see the other, and I don't know, it's funny how YouTube works. Really strange. Okay. Yeah. But it was fun going down Atlanta, having never seen this place before, not knowing what to expect. One thing I've noticed about walking around a few of the Georgia towns I've been in, whether they are large or small, is that they retain their architecture quite well. They're very bent on keeping some of that look, which I appreciate a lot. Well, man, I guess I went for quite a while with the noise up. I'm gonna get a good look at this volume level, so I can remember where I have it at right now. I don't even know if I have it turned all the way up. Yeah, not there. Okay, I'll just have to pay more attention to that. Yeah, I've had trouble like gauging the audio before on stuff, never knowing where I was at on that. So now I have a better idea. But this video, believe it or not, Eric, if you're still watching, this video was actually made with the Osmo Pocket 2. And as you can see, it's relatively good in low light. It really is. I mean, if you get the settings right, it's still really good. The Pocket 3 camera is even better than this. I mean, it's significantly better in low light. But I was really, you know, watching this back, I'm really kind of surprised that the Pocket 2 looks this good as it does. Of course, let me see if I can get it up to 4K in here. Just slight pause here, guys. They're trying to increase the resolution so that maybe it'll look even better on screen. There we go. It might look a little bit better now, but where you're at, I'm not sure. But yeah, there's a guy that I watch. His name is Johnny Strides, and this is mostly what he does is walking videos on YouTube. And he does this thing. He does live streams where he has himself in a picture-in-picture like this right here. He's the only one I know that does this. There's probably others. But But I wanted to try it for myself. I thought, you know, why not, while I'm talking, give you guys something to look at other than just me? You know, kind of show off some of my walking videos and maybe get you turned on to them, so you maybe increase viewership where that's concerned too. Yeah, that Pocket 2, man, it's nice. I'll never get rid of that camera because it's a nice backup camera to have, and it still serves me quite well. But yeah, but compared to that, even compared to the Pocket 3, man, it's nothing compared to the Pocket 3. I wish I could do a side-by-side here and show you what I'm talking about. There would be a way to do it on this format, actually. But I just really did enjoy architecture quite a bit in Atlanta, and even when I went to Gainesville, Georgia, I noticed that a lot of the buildings were brick still. You know, they're very old, kind of like Ocala. Ocala was like that. Of course, you know that, Eric, because you're up in Ocala a lot. But that's kind of what it reminds me of a little bit. They retain that vintage look. If you indeed can call it that. Oh, now we have 8 people in here. If you're joining the live stream, if you just jumped in, please let me know who you are so I can say hi to you. I'd love to know who we have in here. We've been running for about 51 minutes. I'll probably run for the duration of this Atlanta video, maybe longer. Who knows? I'm not on a schedule. I'm not in a hurry to get off, but I'm also, depends on how many we have in here and what kind of engagement we have. So I would love to be talking to you guys. Oh, Baker, you're back. Good deal, man. I just found out that you've probably been gone during this time, but I just found out that my video that I'm playing in Atlanta here was apparently too loud. And I had no idea until someone said something just innocuously. And then I realized, oh, I didn't know you could hear it at all. So that issue is fixed. And so, yeah. I'm glad you're back, man. Of course, who knows who else is live streaming right now. I have no idea. I don't really determine when I'm going to do a live stream based on if somebody else is doing one or not, but there's a lot of competition out there. A lot of different kinds of live streams. Not just other guys who have beards, but, you know, of course, you know, I don't have a beard tonight so much. Not like I did, but... So, I'm rereading a book right now called, called The Talent Code. Let me briefly show you what this looks like. Talent Code by Daniel Coyle. Really good book. And here, let me address Eric here. He says, I gotta head out to finish the video I shot yesterday and get to bed. Let's try to talk next couple days. Yeah, absolutely, man. Let me know. You know, Eric, by the way, Bach Tower is free to get in this Friday and Saturday. So you might want to, I don't know if you've thought about trying to get in there and make another video or something, but I think it's free again this Friday and Saturday. I might try to go out there and make one. I'm not sure. Not really sure yet. I might go to a baseball game. But, all right, see you tomorrow. Or see you whenever. All right. But so anyway, I've been reading this book called The Talent Code. And it's written by Daniel Coyle. And so it made me think tonight as I was reading it. He was talking about the art of deep practice, doing hard things. And the other day, there was a guy walking out of a grocery store that was wearing a T-shirt that says, do the hard thing. And this is a saying now. This is like something that gets said popularly now. Everybody's saying it, right? Do the hard thing. And so it's funny because I think the idea is that if we are in the practice of doing the hard thing all the time, then it just makes us look more disciplined, more driven, a little more esteemed, maybe more leader-like. But Daniel Coyle kind of says the same thing in this book, but it's you don't do the hard thing for the purpose of doing the hard thing. You do the hard thing so you can get better at it. You do the hard thing, you deeply practice something that is difficult to the point that it becomes easy and then it flows. So you don't do something that's hard just for the sake of doing something hard. You do something difficult so you can get better at something and you develop this skill. And you become better and better at things in life. And it could be a new skill on the job. It could be learning a new language, learning how to play an instrument. It could be working out and building muscle, which is very similar. It could just be anything that exercises the mind and the muscle. And I was wondering, I thought about this tonight, and I thought, I wonder how many of you guys do something hard in your life, not for the purpose of doing something hard, but to get to render a particular kind of result, because there's no glory in just doing the hard thing. I really want to make a separate video on this. And but I think that some people could get caught up in doing difficult things for the wrong reasons, so they might look better. They can say they did, or they get hooked on, they get addicted to progressive overload, as they say in fitness terms. Progressive overload. It's always about building bigger muscles and constantly outdoing yourself, which I'm not really for that. But the difference between progressive overload and just doing the hard thing is you should get to the point where you can do something well, do something good, and do it smoothly, without effort eventually. And I think that's the idea. It's kind of like what we think of when someone takes up piano lessons or guitar lessons and they don't know anything about it. They just keep practicing. They work over and over their mistakes constantly until they smooth out the wrinkles. And eventually they're very, very good someday, and they get to the point where they're not really even trying so hard, but they've done it so many times. They've worked at it for so long that there is something admirable about it. It's no longer the hard thing. So anyway, think about that. Give me your thoughts. Put a comment down below, and tell me, is there anything that you have going on in your life right now that you are practicing, deeply practicing to get better at? Is there something hard that you're doing, not for the sake of it being hard, but for the sake of becoming better, being skilled, being proficient to the point of smoothness? Of course, you see the CNN building up here right now in the video. But yeah, that's my question to you tonight. What is your hard thing? What do you have going on? Baker says, when I overcome something I thought I couldn't give me those highs, I love it. Okay, yeah. Yeah. There is something about overcoming, right? That's a great way to describe oneself, is I'm an overcomer, not just a survivor. We oftentimes say, I refer to myself this way, I'm a survivor. But I always feel like there should be an addendum to that. I'm not just a survivor, I'm an overcomer. And I'm not really just talking about me personally. I'm saying, can you say that about yourself? And yeah, that's that's what life is all about. We don't want to be too comfortable all the time, but we don't want to be so uncomfortable that we're just constantly grinding. You know what I mean? There has to be this curve. It can't always be an uphill trudge. You know what I mean? It can't always just be that. It's got to be you know, here and then, yeah, steady, just steady after a while, just moving along. Kind of like one strolls through a park, right? Eventually, you build up steam and then this momentum just carries you. That's what you want, right? But anyway, those are just my thoughts today as I was reading in that book. I mean, he says a lot about this. I'm not telling you everything he says. It's not a secret or anything. But those are just the thoughts I had as I closed the book on my reading time in that today. And so I thought I'd share that with you. And I thought that maybe if I talked about it on here, I could flesh it out a little bit and it would probably help me make a video about this very topic tomorrow or sometime this week. But yeah, I appreciate all your thoughts. Baker says, something simple people say that interacting with people on YouTube channel I started, which pushed me out of my element. Refresh my memory, Baker. Do you have a YouTube channel that I can go to? I might already be following you, but something simple people say, interacting with people on YouTube channel I started, which pushed me out of my... Okay, yeah. You know, that's the thing. YouTube will challenge you if you really want to do something with it, if you want to use it as a way to reach out to people, and you have to, like you're saying, you have to interact with people. And sometimes you have to do things that make you feel uncomfortable, and that's good for you. It stretches us. And that's a large part of what Daniel Coyle talks about in the Talent Code. Is we need to be challenged, we need to be stretched. Yeah. Give me the name of your YouTube channel, because I probably already watch it. Let me see. Yes, sir. It's called Baker. Okay. Let me look at this on the other screen here. Let me check this out. I'm very interested in knowing if you guys have content that you would like me to look at. So is it Baker dash, is that right? Let's see. I'll put that in there because I don't really know. Bear with me, guys. So I'm looking for it. I put it in just like you have it, and I'm not coming up with anything. I'm missing it somewhere. So help me out. Help me to know what I'm supposed to be looking at, because I'm not finding it.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
I do see where people do have stuff that says what's the crake. There's like, I have no idea what that even means. Now I'm very curious. Crake sounds like crack Irish term. Baker. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. Are you able to put a link in the comment, or actually, yeah, leave it not in the chat. Not in the chat, but leave a link to your channel in the chat so I can click onto it, because I want to see it. I'll definitely check it out. I'm going to go to here. I don't see any comments yet down below, so leave it in the comment section, and I will definitely. Okay, what's the crake is one word. Okay, let me go back and look at this now. Do that. I must be doing something wrong. I'm still not finding it. Forgive me. It's me. It's whatever it is. It's me. But or maybe. Okay. Let me do this. So is the channel under a different name, or is that just the name of the video? Huh. I'm not finding it. Well, I apologize. Yeah, that's... Oh, let me take... Okay, let me try something. I think I might have one thing in here wrong. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. Oh. Okay. Are you... Does yours have the numbers 5006 after it? Or 1717 or 3234? Because I'm seeing 3 different things, 3 different channels by that name, but they all have numbers after it. Kind of like mine does. Like mine is like 824 or something like that. I'm not really sure. Guess I could click on these one at a time and see. Okay, that one doesn't have anything. So that one doesn't have anything. No, that one didn't have anything either. Okay. I don't know. Sandy McQueen. Oh, hey, Sandy. Good to, I was just wondering about you the other day. And the reason why is because I don't have many women that show up on the podcast. I mean, the podcast. I saw that word on a different screen and it just popped into my head. I don't see many women on here. And you popped into my head the other day. I'm like, I wonder where she's at. She was here that one time. And so here you are again. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for showing up here. Good to have you back in here. It's always good to have a female voice or presence in addition to this, to kind of round things out a little bit. The video that you see, Sandy, showing up above me is downtown Atlanta, Georgia, about 2.5 years ago that I made. And I just have it up here just to have something rolling while we're hanging out. Okay, Baker says, comment section not up, just says live chat. Sorry to take over the show. Oh, no, you're fine, Baker. You're fine. No, I mean, there's hardly anybody here. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Maybe the comment section only shows up after the live stream. If that's the case, I didn't even know that. Sending love to you from Jamaica. Oh, okay. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sandy. By the way, guys, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, look me up. I think it's under Boswell Greg. Look me up on there and let me know, because sometimes even on Facebook I'll miss people on there and I don't know, and then I don't know to follow back, and so let me know. Yeah, follow me on Facebook and on Instagram. I don't post a lot on Facebook. I haven't even been posting that much on Instagram lately. But yeah, I'm trying to connect more and more with people that way. But I just need to start posting more. I've noticed that since I took off the big beard, I don't hardly take any pictures of myself anymore. I mean, hardly ever anymore at all. And I told somebody, I've told a couple of people before, that kind of brought up like, well, why do you take so many selfies? I'm like, why? It's because I had a big beard. I was promoting beard products. There's a big beard community. All the bearded guys want to see your big beard. It's kind of a thing. It wasn't a narcissistic thing, but ever since I shaved the big beard off, I hardly ever take any pictures. It would just seem weird to me to do that. So I heard that's not the kind of stuff I put on Instagram anymore. So from Jamaica, I don't think I've had any viewers that have let me know that they're from Jamaica before. That's pretty cool. So here we are in the Olympic Park, of course. And you remember many years ago, there was that, did a bomb actually go off down there? Oh, you sent, okay. Sent it to me on Instagram message. Okay, good deal. Thank you, Baker. I'll definitely take a look at that when I get done here. Or I might do it while I'm on here. But I think, at the Olympic Park, did a bomb actually go off or not? I know there's that movie made about that guy that was a security guard, and he actually stopped something. But then they suspected that he was the bomber or something like that. Never saw it. Clint Eastwood directed the movie. Yeah. This is the Olympic Park where all that was at. What I thought was strange was this park looked much smaller than I thought it would. Of course, here's the Ferris wheel. I think this was made kind of late in the evening. I don't remember what time it was when I first started. I have it at the beginning of this video, but I'm going to take a look at this, Baker, to see. So I have a little bit of time on my hands here. Okay, I'm going to follow you back. Oh, Bearded Respect, too. Bearded Respect is following me on Instagram. I'm going to follow them, too. Oh, okay. Good deal. Okay, I'm going to subscribe to you, Baker. It's done. Oh. Okay. Let me see. I've got to do it. From that link, it doesn't show me as signed in, but I am. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that in a little bit later. I'll definitely subscribe to you. I have you on there. Good deal. I think it was okay. I think it was scared and wrongly accused. Yeah, he was wrongly accused. I think his name was Daniel Pearl or something like that. If I'm not wrong, that just kind of popped into my head, so I don't know if that's right. But yeah, that's kind of a messed up story. Well, I appreciate you, Baker. I appreciate you being in here, and I'd be happy to subscribe to your channel. That's not a problem at all. I'll definitely be checking your videos out. By the way, if you guys don't know him, there's a YouTuber now called Santa Tom. We're actually good friends now. I met him like, I don't know, maybe a month ago. Met him in person. He came to Lakeland, Florida here, and got to meet him. But anyway, he just got through sending me. He's got through sending me a book called Start With Why. I thought that was really nice, and he sent me a beard oil. Not one it's not something he made, but from another company. He wanted me to try it out. I got it yesterday, and I messaged him this morning on Marco Polo, and I said, doesn't that figure? When I use the wrong guard, and I pretty much take the beard down to almost nothing, and that's when I get your beard oil. I said, it's probably going to be frustrating for you, but no, he's a good sport about it. I'll still use the beard oil, because it's good for your skin, but anyway. So I just want to say publicly, thank you to Santa Tom for sending me that. That was really nice of him. And I love Santa Tom looking at me in Ohio. Oh, is that what's that called? Worlds? What you're going to? Yeah, because I think he told me he was going to that. You'll like him. You can't not like him. He's really perfect for the role. Where are we at in this video? Oh, the Buckeye beard battle. Okay, I get them confused because several different events their names got dropped. and I couldn't remember. I can't keep them straight. World's in Pittsburgh next week. Yeah, okay. Which I've never been to Pittsburgh. I'd like to go. Or, is that where you're from, Baker? Are you from Pittsburgh or somewhere near there? You might have told me before, but I don't recall. Hopefully this video isn't too loud. Let me know if it is. I'll turn it down. I'm gonna check to see how much time we have. I don't think we have a lot of time left on it. Oh, Scranton. Yeah, you might have told me that before. I'm not sure. Other side. Let me check out what's going on in this video. Oh, yeah, we got about another 11 or 12 minutes on this video. Oh, okay. The furthest, I think the furthest east. Well, I grew up in Indiana, so but I never made it as far as Pittsburgh. I mean, I did go to Ohio. Because when I was a kid, we went to Kings Island, but I never made it any further east than that. I mean, I live pretty far east now here in the southeastern part of the United States, and of course I've been up in Georgia, obviously, but I've never been any further northeast than Georgia. I really want to do. Maybe I'll do that with my 2 weeks off. Maybe I'll go to South Carolina or something, North Carolina. I don't know what I'll do. Not really sure. But, yeah. How far am I from St. Pete? I would say probably... I'm going to guess about 50 miles, 40 to 50 miles. Let me give you an accurate estimate of that. Yeah, okay. 48 miles, or 1 hour and 3 minutes away, as it is right now. During the daytime, probably take a little bit longer than that, but yeah, so I'm an hour and 3 minutes at 48 miles away from St. Pete, so it's pretty close. I think it's about 40 miles from here to Clearwater. To go a little bit further south to get to St. Pete. You have family in St. Pete, you go there every year. Okay, cool. Wait, do you like come down for Christmas or something? Or something? Maybe it's an anniversary or a birthday or something like that. Who knows? New Year's. When I was a kid, you know, if I could have been given the option of going to Florida, I would have loved it. You know, I had all sorts of ideas about what Florida would have looked like, and some, you know, the white sand that looked like snow. Well, that's not everywhere. This is in some places like Clearwater, Anna Maria Island, places like that. But yeah, I thought Florida would be some kind of paradise. It's but you know, honestly, I do like living here. My wife doesn't like Florida, but I like it. I mean, I can be happy a lot of different places, really, honestly. But you know, I bloom where I'm planted. That's the thing. My dog keeps leaning against the bedroom door. It always sounds like it's about to open. I always think someone's about ready to come in. Okay. All right. Do you drive down here or do you fly? I would think that would probably take about 14 hours. So you just come down here to visit and relax. Yeah. Yeah. St. Pete, that St. Pete area has got some nice beaches. Like there's Treasure Island down there. That's a nice beach. What's some of the other ones over there? Yeah, we've done some work. My dad and I, when I worked for my dad many years ago, I'm talking about 30 years ago, we did some work down in St. Pete and Treasure Island area, and it was just St. John's Pass. You know, Treasure Island and St. John's Pass, you know, right next to each other. And oh man, it was great. It's great down there. Drove once, now you fly. Yeah, it's been Treasure Island. It's great, isn't it? I love it. You know, the thing is, I've only been there like, maybe a handful of times, but they do have nice beaches. Very nice beaches. And then, you know, along St. John's Pass and Treasure Island, there's a lot of nice restaurants and bars and stuff like that there that you can frequent and you know, patronize. Good times. A lot of entertainment. I think up here in this video, I can't remember where it's at, but there's a Hooters. Maybe it's already been in the video, and some other places, and it gets pretty active in some areas. I think this is kind of the area. Yeah, I didn't post anything today as far as, you know, telling people that I was going to be doing a live stream tonight. So it doesn't surprise me there's hardly anybody here. It's just kind of my fault, but you know, you just never know what you're going to get with a live stream. Went to a yacht club down that way, so fancy. Need to wear pants. Actually, yeah, it kind of surprises me. You know, there's so few people that wear pants down here, and there's a lot of them that probably should, actually. Man, I don't know about you guys, but I'm tired tonight. I'm ready to get some sleep. I've been having to get up earlier because of trains to the department. Had to be at work earlier. But I go back to my regular job tomorrow, and then back to training over there again Thursday, and then I'm off Friday in the next 2 weeks. Looking forward to that. I don't take enough time off. I hardly ever put in for it. Not to try to make myself sound like I'm such a loyal employee. It's not that. It's just that, I don't know. I just don't think about taking time off that often. I mean, I think about it, just don't do it. Okay, so you're taking off, Baker. I'm glad I appreciate you being here. I will check out your channel. I will subscribe to it, and I'll be catching you on the next live stream. It'll probably be Thursday night. Have a good night, man. I think that, yeah, there's the Hooters I was telling you guys about. So the very first Hooters was in Clearwater, or is in Clearwater, Florida, here. And when I was years ago, I mean, like I said, probably going back 30 years ago, I had got employed by, I think it was Orkin Pest Control Company. And the guy that I rode with there, he's like, hey, let's go see my girlfriend for lunch. We'll go, and I said, where's that at? He goes, Hooters. She works at Hooters, the very first Hooters that was established. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's going to make for a real nice conversation. You know, let's go see my girlfriend at Hooters. That's kind of weird. But we did. Sure enough. There was something... Oh, I think there was a Harry Potter thing going on. I don't know if it was a museum. I don't know if it was a some kind of entertainment venue to the Harry Potter over in this area, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I've already passed it. I thought this was kind of pretty right here. That's a nice shot. I like that. I love these buildings here in Atlanta. I wonder what it would look like to me walking around during the daytime. I'm sure it would look a lot different. But this is what I like about making night walk videos. Everything there's a different kind of life that takes place down there in between the buildings, or even in the buildings. That you can't grasp during the daytime. I just feel like a city like this is not in all cases. I mean, I was gonna say I think they're kind of dormant during the day, but I love watching a lot of walk tour videos of like New York City, Boston, you name it, Miami, all sorts of different places. Especially during the nighttime, even European videos. And I think the nighttime videos are just way better than the daytime ones. I love all the lights and the sounds. It's just different. Who do we still have here right now? Who's still here? Oh, down to 2. Let's see here. All right, guys. Well, that is the end of that video. I got so relaxed during the watching of that video that it started making me feel kind of sleepy. Even though I didn't have much interaction here, I just thought I'm just gonna
RTA mock system and Coyote appliances, and they did tell me it was only going to take a few minutes, and I gotta say they were right.
What is that? Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn that that video down. Hold on just a second, guys. Sorry about that. Let me go back and get rid of that. I totally forgot about that. Okay. We're back. Sorry about that. But anyway, I was saying I got so relaxed watching that video and not talking that it started to put me in wind down mode to where I think I'm ready to go to bed. I just gotta take the dog out. I always gotta take the dog out. It's not hard. I was just talking about doing the hard thing. Yet, you know, sometimes I just feel lazy about it. Paul, I don't know. I have a feeling that is I don't know. I have a feeling that's just some kind of scam or something. I tried to block it. I'm not violating anything. And it's my video. So I don't know, like the video I was showing was my video. So I don't know what they're talking about. I'm gonna ignore it. In live immediately to avoid count termination. That is not gonna happen. It's just who knows? I think someone's just trying to have fun at my expense. That better be all it is. So anyway. All right. So I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's live stream. Didn't have that much of a turnout, but I'm glad that you were here. I'm glad that you stayed with me, because there are obviously some of you who stayed with me for the duration. But I'll try to be back Thursday night and give you guys plenty of heads up that I will be here live. Okay. All right. Well, please make sure you get plenty of rest. Be safe out there. And have a good one, everybody. Thanks once again. I'll catch you guys later.